At the end of the 21st century, the Earth becomes polluted and its inhabitants are infected with the plague. It turns into a completely devastated environment. The wealthy people of the Earth escape and leave the planet out of fear for their lives. They live within a space colony called Elysium. Then we see a child named Max. The orphanage nursemaid calls out to him and introduces him to his new friend, Fry. Max tells her that he dreams of going to the space colony, and she tells Max that one day he will have a great destiny, even if he can't go there. At the future, we see that Max has become a man and he could not ascend to the colony. We see him on his way to work. At this time, robots regulate everything. They stop Max to search him, but Max refuses. So, the robots throw him on the ground and hit him on his hand. After they finish inspecting him, it becomes clear that he is not carrying anything dangerous, so they leave him and leave the place. When he goes to the hospital, he knows that the nurse is his childhood friend Fry. He feels happy when he sees her, but she is busy with her work, so she leaves him. Then he goes to his work and meets his boss. The boss finds out that he has been late for work, so he decides to deduct half a day's pay from Max. Max is an employee at a robot manufacturing plant. After that, we see a group of illegal immigrants trying to escape from the Earth and enter the colony in an unauthorized manner. The 3 spacecraft launch from planet Earth towards the colony, but the devices detect the approach of the 3 spacecrafts. An alert reaches the Minister of Defense of the colony, Delacourt. The defense minister requests the activation of the agent Kruger. Kruger is a hired killer working for the colony. The orders reach him directly, so he carries a missile launcher and fires the missiles towards the targets. He succeeds in hitting the first and second spacecrafts, but the driver of the third one manages to avoid the missile and lands successfully on the colony. But the robotic police begin to pursue the individuals who were in the vehicle. A young girl manages to escape with her mother, and her mother takes her to the treatment device and treats her. But after she is treated, police arrive and arrest them. The defense minister orders them to be deported outside the colony. They are taken to a spaceship and sent to the Earth. Next day we see Max doing his usual work. He tries to close the door on the robots to expose them to radiation, but the door is stuck. The administrator comes and tells him that he must enter and solve the problem, or he will be fired. Therefore, Max is forced to enter, but the door closes on him and gets stuck from the inside, and he is exposed to a huge amount of radiation. The workers try to get him out, but they fail. After the door is opened, the robots examine it, and they inform him that he has only 5 days, and then he will die. The manager of the company, Carlisle, comes and tells them to throw Max out and remove him from the company. The robots give Max medicine, and then they fire him. Max returns home and he feels bad. His friend sees him and tries to help and take care of him, but Max tells him what happened and that he has only 5 days and then he will die because of the large dose of radiation he received. The only way to treat it is to climb to Elysium, so he must go to a person named Spider. Spider is the person who smuggles people to the colony in an illegal way. After that we see Free. The doctor tells her that they are unable to do anything for her daughter, and it is impossible to be treated except with the colony. Max and his friend go to Spider. Max asks Spider for help, and he says that he needs to go up to Elysium to be treated, and he needs an identity and a boarding pass. Spider rejects Max's request, but Max attacks him, and tells him that he only has 5 left, then he will die. So Spider tells him that he will give him the ticket in exchange for a task that he must carry out, and Max agrees to that. Spider gives Max a device, and tells him that he should connect it to the head of one of the millionaires, and takes the information in it through this device. Then Spider will secure him a ticket to leave, so Max can be treated with the advanced technologies available in the colony. Spider sees his condition is very bad, so he installs a robotic structure on Max's body, and Max tells him that he needs a team of 4 people to help him, and he will also take his friend with him. And the goal is Carlisle, who is the CEO of the company Max used to work for. The minister tells Carlisle the only way to renew his company's contract with them, and the way is for him to help her to the current president of the colony. And since he is the one who built the colony's protocol, he is only one able to help her change the president. Max and his team are preparing for the mission. They get into their cars and start moving. The plan is to destroy the shuttle carrying Carlisle. After the shuttle moves, Max aims at it and throws an explosive shot. They quickly get into the cars and move towards it. The shot explodes the shuttle and causes an engine malfunction. The news then reaches the minister that Carlisle was attacked. She immediately contacts Kroger to go to Carlisle and protect him. She also sends a spacecraft with 2 soldiers to help Kroger with his mission. The shuttle crashes to the ground. Max and his team arrive at the scene. Carlisle gives his accompanying robots orders to kill Max and his team. The robot then exits and throws a grenade towards the car, but Max aims at it and destroys it. After that, they open the spaceship door. They are surprised by the second robot. They try to destroy it, but it is not affected by the bullets. During the battle, Carlisle is shot. Max attacks the robot and they start fighting. But in the end, Max rips off the robot's head and throws it away. He reaches Carlisle and starts transferring information from his head to Max's head. But they are surprised to find that the information is encrypted. At this time, the spacecraft arrives. Kroger arrives with his team to save Carlisle and prevent the data theft operation. Kroger kills one of the men. Max is stabbed in the stomach with a knife. He draws his sword to finish him off completely. But Max's colleague appears and shoots Kroger. But Kruger knocks him down and stabs him with a sword and kills him. This angers Max and he raises his gun and shoots at Kruger. But he takes cover with a laser shield he has. Then Max escapes from the place. Delacourt orders him not to kill Max because his brain contains important data. Max blends in with the civilians and tries to hide. Kroger will be chasing Max in an airplane. He releases a group of flying saucers to search for Max. After that, Max arrives near the hospital where Fry works. She comes to him and sees that he is bleeding heavily. She tells him that he must enter the hospital, but he refuses, so she takes him to her house and starts treating him. When Max wakes up, he tries to get up, but Fry calms him down. Her daughter Matilda comes and she introduces her to him. Fry tells him that her daughter is sick. She is in the final stages of her illness. She begs him to take her daughter and treat her, but he tells her that he can't, and that the identity he has is fake and tied to his DNA. The only thing that can help her is leaving the place, because the people chasing him are dangerous people, and if they see them with him, they will kill them all. Then he leaves the house and goes away. Suddenly a flying saucer appears behind him and locates his position, but Max takes a car mirror and hits the saucer with it and destroys it. But Kroger locates his place and begins to chase him. He enters Free's house to search for Max, but he does not find him inside. He asks Free about Max's location, but Free tells them that he was injured, and she doesn't know where he is now. Kroger takes her and her daughter as hostages. Max meets Spider and tells him that there is important information inside his head. For this reason, Elysium closed the airspace. The aviation system is disabled and cannot take off from the ground. Therefore, they must examine the information inside his head in order to confirm the reason that led them to close the airspace. They scan Max's head with computer devices, and he tells him that the information in his head is a reboot program for Elysium. The person who has this information can completely reprogram their system. He can open the borders and make ordinary people citizens of Elysium. He also tells him that through this information they can change the entire history. But Max tells him that this talk is not important, and he promised to help him travel to the colony. He hits one of the guards and then leaves the place. He goes to the flying saucer that he dropped and tells Kroger to come back and take it. The plane returns to Max's location. An agreement is reached for Max to board the plane and receive treatment in exchange for providing them with the information he possesses. He enters the plane and sees that Fry and her daughter are being held captive. Delacourt then lifts the air ban. Max apologizes to Fry and says that he will make it up to her for the mistake he made against her. At this time, Spider and his soldiers are preparing to catch up with Max and climb to the Helium. The Kroger plane arrives and they are allowed to enter. A person from the Kroger team approaches and provokes Max. He asks him about the reason for carrying the hand grenade in his hand. When Max tries to stop him, he and Kroger attack him. Max hits him, causing the plane to lose balance. The hand grenade explodes, shattering Kroger's head. The plane falls to the ground near a house. Delacourt orders the arrest of all persons on the plane. Max saves Fry and her daughter and gets them out of the vehicle. But before he leaves, he clashes with one of Kroger's soldiers. The other soldier shocks Max. As a result of the shock, he faints. Faye takes her daughter and goes up to the house to treat her. But the robots see them and consider them unauthorized individuals. Faye tries to put her daughter on the treatment device, but the device does not work and considers her a stranger. Then another soldier enters and shocks her, and she faints. Delacourt takes Max to extract data from his head. During this time, Spider is heading towards the airspace of Elysium. He determines Max's location and heads towards it. Kroger's soldiers detain FRE and her daughter. They take Kroger and place him on the treatment device and treat him. Max is secured in the chair so they can extract information from him, but he frees himself and attacks the people present, and the radiation has reached a very dangerous stage. At this time, Delacourt goes to punish Kruger for his mistakes, but Kruger does not respond to her at all and stabs her in the neck and kills her. In order to become the president of Elysium, Kroger's guards start by killing anyone who appears in front of them. Max contacts Spider to take information from his head and modify the colony system, so that all people become citizens within Elysium, and Kroger prepares himself with a robotic suit to confront Max. He also orders the killing of Fry and her daughter. One of the soldiers enters to kill Fry, but before he can kill her, Max intervenes and stops him. A battle ensues between them. In the end, Max overpowers him. However, the other soldier intervenes and begins to attack Max. Max waits for the right opportunity and grabs a nearby weapon. He throws it at the soldier and kills him. He takes Free and tells her to go to any nearby house and treat his daughter. At this time, Spider arrives and sends one of his team to help Free. He and Spider go to the system room, but Kroger was following them, and he throws a bomb at one of Spider's team and explodes it. Max raises his gun and shoots at Kroger, but he is not affected. He and Spider run away, but Kroger jumps from afar using his mechanical suit and stands in front of them completely. Battle ensues between Max and Kroger. Max falls to the ground and is about to lose the battle. However, Spider intervenes at the last moment and drops the sword to the ground. Kroger pulls out a knife and strikes it on Spider's hand, and the battle continues with Max. Kroger is steps ahead of him. The reason for this is that his suit is more advanced, and Max is also affected by radiation, but the battle continues between them. At the end, Max is about to overcome. Kroger then opens the bomb belt in his suit and tries to attach Max to himself. However, Max manages to free himself at the last moment. Kroger falls and explodes before reaching the ground. After that, Spider takes Max. The data transfer could cause Max's death, but Max agrees to it. He talks to Fry and reminds her when they were children that he promised her to take her to Elysium. Spider changes the colony's declaration. It becomes permissible for all people to enter Elysium. The colony's data is completely updated. Agrees to allow new citizens to enter it. Free places her daughter on the treatment device. The device reads her information and treats her. Ships are launched to the ground to pick up patients and treat them. In the end, Max dies.